Hola, yo soy Señora Senti. Hi, and I'm Mrs. Senti. I teach Advanced Spanish 2 and Spanish 3, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about this year and what it's going to be like. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for entrusting your children to us on a daily basis. This year does look very different, as I'm sure you've heard, but we are getting through it, and I'm still so thankful that we get to be here together. Yes, I would much rather be doing this than being at home trying to teach a language when I can't even hear people talk. Now, it's a little different when it's muffled with the mask, but we're making ways. We're getting through it. So I have taught at Linden Christian since the fall of 1998, but I took some time off there to get married and have a family. And so I've been back for the last few years. I got into teaching because when I was in college, I knew that I loved Spanish and I was good at it. And I didn't know what else to do. And all my friends were becoming teachers. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to go become a teacher. And I love that story. I love that that's how God got me into the profession of teaching, because it just shows that some people don't know from day one what they're meant to be, but God is faithful and he'll still show you. He will provide the path for you. And I'm so thankful that he's put me on this path. I love it. I love the high school age. I love teaching Spanish. It's usually something that's new and a little bit different than things they've had before. So that is also a lot of fun. So in Spanish, in Advanced Spanish 2, what we're going to be doing this year is, besides filling in a few of the gaps from last year, because there are some gaps from those last 6 weeks, but basically we're going to hit those as they come. We're going to keep continuing where we normally would this year, and we basically do that through different methods. We do it through speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And so this year we do a little bit more of each one of those. And then in between, we'll take pauses to note something grammatically, or we also, just to increase vocabulary. But one of my main goals, my first goal, is that students in my classroom get to see a side of God that they maybe haven't seen before. That their eyes are open, that there's more to this world than Linden. There's more to this world than Washington. There's more to this world than the United States. And there are so many different beautiful cultures out there. And so many of them see a different side of God than we do. If you have worshiped in a Spanish-speaking church, then you know some of what I'm talking about. So I love that I get to open those doors a little bit and show students that, these days it's not that hard to become introduced to another culture and to learn more about it, and then even to go physically there and experience it. So my first goal is that they get to see how creative and brilliant our God is by creating so many different languages. My next goal is that when students leave my classroom, I want them to feel as comfortable as they can with speaking Spanish to people that they might meet in the mall or in the grocery store. It is very difficult to be that vulnerable, especially when you're talking to somebody who speaks it fluently. But my goal is that little by little, we start in the classroom, we start with those around us, and we start to lose a little bit of that vulnerability when we speak. And usually, this is my room this year, usually my desks are much more put together. I usually have little pods of 4 desks each. And then I love using that because we'll learn some new vocabulary, and then I'll have them do a quick little charlar, a little chat with those around them about that thing. And that's a little bit harder to do when we're 6 feet apart and we're all wearing masks, but we are working our way around that, and we are trying to still make it happen social distance style. So I want my students to start to lose some of that apprehension about speaking in a different language, so that when they leave here, they will actually speak some Spanish. So that's my second goal. We like to use a lot of comprehensible unit input in the classroom, meaning we're going to learn more through stories, and they're going to be reading some books. And generally, students really like it because they realize that they can read books at their level and understand them. And it kind of surprises them, but it's also a little bit challenging. And so they will start reading some novels this year. Towards the end of the second semester, not towards the end of second semester, but second semester, I like to start inviting people from the community into the classroom. So we've had farm workers, we've had teachers, we've had pastors come in, and the students will kind of interview them in small groups, and just to start to get them used to speaking to a native speaker in Spanish. And again, to get them used to speaking and helping some of that anxiety in a safe environment. Easing some of that anxiety. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully we'll be able to do that this year too, although it might look a little bit different with COVID and everything, but that's still one of my deep hopes that we can do that, because I love opening the community right here in my classroom. So if you need to get a hold of me, first of all, let me just let you know that everything that we do is available on Schoology. So if your student has to miss because they're sick, or if they have to miss because they have a symptom of COVID and they don't know for sure yet if it is, they can go onto Schoology. The things that we do in class that are worth points are listed there, and as well as how to do them, or lectures, whatever, they can find it on Schoology. You can get a hold of me very easily. My number is 360-303-1534. So you may call me, or you can text me at that number, or you can email me at ssenti@links.org. So ssenti@links.org. And yes, I look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully one day soon we can meet in person. Until then, adios.